Hey there. So I wanted to share this in a very peaceful spot because I think it's appropriate. So, do you have mornings that are miserable or are they a miracle? I know that just a little over a year ago, my mornings were absolute misery. Why? Because frankly, I lived with the Tasmanian devil, and the level of stress that we experienced in that environment was so toxic and so unhealthy. And the morning was just a, frankly, shit show of can't find my phone, running late for work, the alarm didn't go off, throwing breakfast down the throat. I remember getting my baby into the car and having to pack up eggs so that she could eat in the car on the way to daycare because my husband couldn't get himself up and going on time, and it was just always a frantic rush and full of stress. And I knew that I had to make changes and that I had to move out of that kind of environment. And something that really spoke to me, and I've been practicing it for a long time, but I wanted to share it with you. And it's from a book called The Miracle Morning, which my coach had recommended us read a couple of years ago. And I put it into practice, and I'm just going to share with you directly from the book what has turned my morning into a miracle. Now I'm out here in the peace and the calm, and it's just an internal calm, not just the environment, but the internal calm that I feel. So what makes a morning a miracle? It's an acronym, SAVERS, directly from this book, Miracle Morning, which I highly recommend getting. But I'm going to share with you exactly what SAVERS are and how I've been able to apply them to my life, and hopefully it speaks to you as well. So the first is S, and S stands for silence. So waking up in the morning and allowing yourself just a few minutes of peaceful time, of silence, of just clearing your head. I use that time to meditate. I actually do a guided meditation. It's 15 minutes long. So yes, I do set my alarm to get up 15 minutes earlier, but that to me is part of the magic. That to me makes it all worth it because I know it's setting me up for the right mindset for the day. The next is A, and A is for affirmations. And I've been doing affirmations for a long time, on and off, but never anything consistent until I implemented the savers into my life. So affirmations are so powerful. Science shows that if you say something positive every single day for 66 days, you will actually manifest that change in your life. It may not happen in 66 days, but you will believe it. Your brain doesn't know the difference between things that are actually happening and things that we are imagining. So saying your affirmations, I like to do the Jack Canfield style, which is, I am so grateful and happy now that I ... You fill in the blanks of what you want to accomplish. This goes right into V, which is visualization. And again, the brain doesn't know the difference between what you're imagining in your mind's eye and what's actually happening. So you want to visualize that affirmation. I made a little picture. I made a vision board. I made a video where I see the imagery flashing before my eyes, and I wake up to that every single day. So it just reinforces my affirmations. Then the next is exercise. Boom, I'm out here exercising right now. You know, I don't get it done first thing in the morning, but I do spend a chunk of my morning getting my exercise done because I know that's like Prozac. Seriously, that's like a daily dose of like the most powerful calming, focusing medication you can take. It's like Adderall and Prozac combined. It makes you feel good, it puts you on point. The next is R, and R is for reading. And I am absolutely committed to personal development. And the beauty of personal development is that there are so many other people who have come before us who have figured this thing called life out. So we don't have to. And we always joke, gosh, I wish there was a manual. Guess what? There are manuals on how this stuff works. So I highly recommend, setting aside just 10 minutes, even just 10 minutes in the morning of reading your current personal development book. And then the last is S, which is scribing or journaling. So it's cool because you want to read for 10 minutes, and it's great to read, but to be a collector of information doesn't really do you any good unless you take action on it happily. So journaling creates some action steps for you. So maybe you're reading and something really spoke to you. You had an aha moment, and now you get to journal about it. And then you can say, how am I going to apply this in my life today? And so you're manifesting that. That's how you create a miracle in the morning. And I went from shoving eggs down my daughter's throat in the car, in traffic, on the way to my gym, with lots of chaos, screaming, yelling, people leaving their phones at home, having to turn around and go back, being late, being upset, being stressed, stomach in knots, to calm, peaceful, silence of the water crashing, knowing that the last S that I didn't mention, the second S, is snuggles. Yeah, I do all that. Then my daughter gets up and I just sit and I snuggle with her. I want her to grow up in an environment where she doesn't feel rushed in the morning. She doesn't see her parents stressed. That she is going to start to create miracle mornings for herself. And that's what this game is all about, my friends. Hope that was helpful for you. And I hope that you get a takeaway and you can apply it in your own life.